All right, hello everyone. So what we're going to do is install the Bulletpoint RubiGrid mounting system for the 14th Gen F-150. So what we're going to do first is just test to make sure that it's going to fit the way that we want, and then from there what we'll do is we'll take off the panels and then drill some holes. So we'll see what happens here. If you have any questions while we're going through this, please feel free to ask down below. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is take this guy off and try to make sure that you guys can see everything, but still give me the ability to move around. So this actually fits in here perfectly. I'm very impressed with how well it fits. So there's not really going to be any centering or anything that we need to do, but what I do need to do is take off the panels here. So the first panel that we're going to take off is this guy right here, and then there are two screws underneath here that we'll need to take off, and then we'll also have to undo the harness for the speaker as well. Before we get started though, what I'm going to do is go ahead and tape up around here because I want to make sure that when we do some prying, which the pry bar actually comes with the kit, that we don't run into any issues. So that's what we're going to do first, is actually do some, that's a better view there for you, I think. What we're going to do is go ahead and do some tape around here, and then if you have any questions, let me know. All right, that should give us what we need. And let's go ahead and see what we can do here as far as prying this up. And these are just clips. We're just going to pull straight up. And there's our speaker. Just put this off to the side. There are two 7mm screws here. Just put your screws off to the side. I'm putting mine in my cup holder just for right now. All right, now the fun one. What we're gonna do is try to pry this. And what you're gonna wanna do is try to pull straight up. Don't do too much twisting. There we go. And then underneath here, we got the speaker harness. And there's a little clip. You pull down on that and it comes out. All right. And that's done. All right. A little bit of work there, but good to go. So one of the things that I really liked about this system was the fact that the screws can come off the top. That way it's easy to replace things as need be. So I'm just using the included screwdriver and taking out the screws here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, looks like 7 screws that we're gonna take out the top. Then after we take these out, we'll go ahead and make our points that we'll then drill on the actual plastic itself. All right, so now with the top piece off, what we want to do is go ahead and make sure that we center the plate where we want it, and then mark our holes, and then we'll go ahead and do some drilling here. So just make sure that, assuming that's where we want it, that is going to fit, and does look like it'll be fine, so that's good. And we're just going to mark our holes. And before I do anything else, just want to make sure that we've got the right number. Looking at the instructions, there should be 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, perfect. And we can see our spots, which is good. You'll notice that I did tape this. Whenever I am going to be drilling through plastic, I always like to make sure that I have some tape there just to make sure that everything is going to be okay. You'll also notice that I have a box here on the tailgate just so I protect everything here as well. The kit actually included a drill bit, so we're going to go ahead and use that. And just make sure you go straight. All right. We'll go ahead and take off the plastic, the tape here, and we're good to go. See that we did miss all the clips, which is good. I probably should have checked that first. All right. And we're mostly good here, so that's good. All right, so it did include the wrench here. Go ahead and dump that out someplace safe. Go ahead and hand tighten these guys first. Get them in there. They're a little loose. I guess it's tighter than I thought it would be, so that's good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of these, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got the base unit on. I went ahead and tightened all of the bolts and whatnot. I did have this screw here that was really close to the clip, so I am going to leave it as it is. I may end up having to take it out if it is not able to seat. We'll see what happens as we try to put that in. Looking at the instructions here, there are a couple of steps that I am not going to do. One of the steps it talks about is drilling into the side plastics. I'm not going to do that because I think it's going to be a problem when it comes to actually taking it out. But at this point, I think that we are good at this point, so we can go ahead and install. So we're going to go ahead and install this on the actual truck itself, and we'll see what happens. All right, so first things first, we are going to have to install the speaker cable first, and then we can go ahead and try placing this all in where it belongs. Okay. I don't know if that's on the inside or outside. Okay. All right, it's snapped into place. Just go ahead and line these guys up. Actually, I think we go from this side first. Go ahead and take these off now so we don't have any problems. Okay. All right, so this screw is definitely going to be a problem. So I'm going to take that one out because all the other ones seem to be able to seat, but this one is too high. So we'll go ahead and take that out. And maybe, yeah, go ahead and take that guy out. Oh, interesting. So the one I was trying to take out, which is this one right here, that is going to be a problem. That one is actually in there. Just seeing what I'm going to need to do to get that in. I think that screw is going to have to come out. Okay, it's in. All right, so it's not in all the way, but it is definitely better than it would have been otherwise, so I guess that'll have to be. And now we can go ahead and take this off. Go ahead and take this off. All right. And then go ahead and put these guys back in. Super important. Tighten it, not too much though. Not sure what that is. Okay, anyways. All right, so now go ahead and take the tape off of that and pop this guy back in. All right, and let's just make sure that everything fits before we call it a day. So we're gonna go ahead and put the plate on top, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start placing the ball joints as well. So I'm just gonna put a couple of the screws in place just so we can put them where they belong, so we can see what it's gonna look like. I think this is going to do a lot. So basically, one of the reasons why I wanted this was so I could put my GoPro on here. I could attach my iPad if I needed to as well. Basically, just giving more flexibility. It's one of the things I liked about this mount as opposed to some of the other ones that I saw, was the fact that, one, this top piece comes off, which not all of them do that, which I think is a big flaw. If it doesn't come off, oh yeah, this fits nicely. You can barely see it as we take it. I think it looks really nice. As you can see, I did have a problem with one of the screws. Learn from a mistake. Hand tighten. Don't use your electric drill on that, because you will run into some problems. Yeah, this is solid. It is in there nice and good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this back off, and we'll go ahead and install the ball joints and go from there. All right, so what I'm going to do now is install the ball joint. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to want it, but it's probably going to be somewhere around here. So I like the fact that there are so many different mounting options on here, and then also the fact that you're able to take this off, the top portion off. Like I said, some of the other ones do not have that capability, which is why I went with this one. So if I don't like the position that it is, I'll be able to take it off. But as you can see, I've got the amps, nuts and bolts. And what we're going to do is take this screw, put it in place here. We're going to hand tighten first, and then we'll go ahead and screw it a little bit on there, a little bit more here. And basically, as with anything, you're going to want to go at a catty corner first and then work your way down. For the most part, like I said before, what I'll be doing is using this with the GoPro more than anything else. So with the CarPlay, there's really not a need to go ahead and have the phone mount as much as I used to. All right, go ahead and tighten these down, and then we'll put it on the dash. All right, so I've got these on now, and we'll put it on the dash. All right, all installed. We've got our mount right here. Like I said, you can use the included arm, which I'll go ahead and do that. That way you can see it, as well as you have the ability to do the 1/4 inch here. And then I also purchased another GoPro mount as well. So let's go ahead and then install the mounting arm for the phone. All right, so we've got our mounting arm here that came with the kit. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo this a little bit, get the ball in place. It's a 20mm ball, I believe, so it doesn't have to be the ones from them. However, you know, if you want it to all match, you know, you probably will. And just like that, we've got our mount ready to go. So that's what you get with the actual kit itself. Like I said, it's not how I'm going to normally be using it. If you have any questions, make sure to ask down below. And we'll make other videos similar to this about my F-150 Tremor, but we do lots of other things on the channel as well.